What about us going to a party sounds like a good idea to everyone? Ash and I are barely socially functioning even when we think we've got a handle on things.
Speak for yourself.
It's not a party, Isaac. It's a social gathering.
Okay, that's even worse. A social gathering means people expect me to actually interact.
I'll hold your hand if it makes you feel safer.
It would make me feel safer the same way using a porcupine as a pillow would make me sleep better.
Did you guys even have parties when you were in your weird cult homeschool homes?
I mean,
what?
there's been
so of course.
many parties.
I mean, all the time.
It's hard to say just
I
how many I actually went to.
And didn't talk to
but
anyone.
They were all pretty fantastic since I was
animal.
there. So
party animal.
much party things like
mouse,
people, food, and probably
no
celebrating something.
Yeah.
So, no.
No, not really.
Not so much.
God, it's like you guys weren't even allowed outside.
It's
I,
sort of
for one,
overrated
spent
outside.
so much time outside.
I
describe it in detail, but it would probably blow your mind, like fucking everywhere. My descriptions of the outdoors would be so vivid. There would just be chunks of your brain flying everywhere.
Every time. Every time I try to say something, you make me feel sad for one reason or another.
Living with one of them is worse. I'll say, Isaac, would you go downtown and grab some draught of worm's breath from the apothecary? Isaac, could you conjure a simple mist of Magee? I swear he doesn't understand a thing.
In my own defense, half the time you ask me those things, you're doing it as a dog and are literally barking at me.
You should be able to pick it up based on, body language.
Does foaming at the mouth count as body language? Because that's the only thing I'm picking up on.
How did we end up getting invited to a party this early in the semester anyway?
I have a friend who has a friend. We talked and I mentioned you two.
Aww.
And she thought that you two need to, in her words, get a fucking life.
Oh.
We thought you should come to this frat house and hang out for a night. Maybe play poker or something.
There's 2 games I've always wanted to play. Poker and Russian roulette. Do you think we'll play Russian roulette?
No! Do you even know what Russian roulette is?
It's like spin the bottle, isn't it?
No, it's not. No, actually, sort of, but no.
Russian roulette is different from spin the bottle because A, it's more fun. And B, if you end up getting 7 minutes in heaven, usually you're in heaven for a lot longer than 7 minutes.
Don't tell them that.
Am I wrong?
You know what? We're here, so try not to ruin their innocence too much tonight.
I like the fact that even though I've asked questions like, will there be an orgy on the way here, that you still consider me an innocent.
You!
Ah, my favorite pupil returns. I'm overjoyed to see you, but unfortunately there is an entrance fee. $15 for the men, 10 for the women, and 5 extra for anyone who spells our name with a vowel.
Don't listen to him, guys. He's a wizard. He's just trying to trick you into giving him money.
Duh.
We picked up on that.
Obviously.
Yeah, of course. I just wanted to warn you guys because he's really crafty.
I actually wasn't even trying to be crafty just now. I opened the door, saw your big, gullible, stupid, dumb doe eyes and your effeminate eyelashes, and actually ended up just trying to take your money on as a knee-jerk reaction. I was putting absolutely no effort into it.
I'm sure you tried a little.
Have you 2 met before?
Yeah, he's the reason I was beat up in a parking lot and lost so much money I couldn't pay for food for a week.
If you're referring to the incident with the blood gnomes, I was barely involved.
Yeah, once I started getting kicked and beaten in the kidneys, you were barely involved.
Pat, are you trying to charge people for... Oh, hi, Cailin. And look, it's stupid highway guy.
You! Wait, Ash, do you know Katie too?
No, but you suddenly seem to know everyone, and I was feeling left out.
Wait, Isaac, how do you know Katie? Why was a highway involved?
Oh, Cailin, you remember a week ago when I was telling you about the one guy who lost like $80 to a wizard and actually bought something called the Sword of Greater Mediocrity?
Isaac, why would you tell anyone about that?
I thought you guys might lose respect for me.
Oh, Isaac, we couldn't lose respect for you.
Are you implying that your respect for me was already as low as it could possibly be?
No, that's not what I... You know what? Changing the subject. I met Katie at the beginning of the year during orientation. How does everyone else know everybody else?
I've actually known Katie for a while.
Really? How?
She's a Valkyrie. I'm a church grim. Ferrying souls is sort of our thing. We're usually going opposite directions, but we've talked at conferences.
What kind of conferences?
Conferences organized by the HHC.
What's the HHC?
The Heaven and Hell Coalition.
Why would heaven and hell have a coalition?
In this economy, how could they afford not to? We've also been trying to get Purgatory in on it, but the specifics of the contract have been processing for months.
I hate talking about politics. Just come in. Welcome to Epsilon Sigma Rho. The story of our fraternity is one of legend. We began as a small band of misfits, ostracized and cast out by society. But we banded together, and after months of practice, competed in Jupiter University's dance competition, and took home a hard-won second-place medal. It was only second because Jazz Hands James threw the final competition to those competitive wins, as it turned out that his rival, Thunderfoot Lance, was pushed by his father to compete, and that's why he was such a dick. In throwing the competition, James lost his first place, but allowed Lance to be loved by his father, and ultimately showed everyone how important each individual is, and that we all deserve to be loved.
That's actually pretty touching.
You fucking kidding me? I made that up. Epsilon Sigma Rho is the shit. If someone gets in our way, we knock them on the candy asses. Always have.
I like that version more.
We're playing cards in the basement. This way.
I've never played cards before.
What a shame. Do you have any money with you?
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Could you explain the rules, though?
Rules are for people who know they can't win without them.
I don't feel like that's right.
Look, I just don't feel like I should be here. There's a lot of people and noises and smells, and I think I saw a goat earlier.
Oh, that's Jonas.
Oh, is Jonas some sort of magical being who can turn into a goat?
No, he's just a goat. We also have a few around as snack for some of the more substantial students. Manticores, dragons, hydras. But last year we did have George, who was a student who could turn into a goat. Rest his soul.
Wait. There are people here who can eat goats whole? I'd love to see that. Everyone looks pretty normal to me.
Well, yeah, if every Minotaur or Cyclops walked around like they do in their natural forms, people would get stepped on and trampled. It's safer for everybody to just approximate humans. And since it's a form almost everyone can take, it ends up being easiest. You're acting like you know about as little as Isaac.
That is literally impossible.
We were part of the same homeschool program. We have the same knowledge base. Also, I've had better grades than you for the past 3 years.
2 counterpoints. Point 1. You had better grades based on the lies we were told. So that just means you were swallowing the pill of ignorance better than I was. Point 2. Which of us was mugged last week?
Shut up.
Here's the table, and everyone will be playing cards with. This is Brian, the president of Epsilon Sigma Rho, and a fellow studier of the Magee.
It is an honor to meet you all, and I'm sorry to say that I doubt you'll take any pleasure in losing all of your money to me tonight, but that's fine, just as long as we all have fun, and I don't have to threaten to use any of my black magic.
Here's Cornelius, a friend, and an Incubus.
Hey. Hey, you.
Yeah?
You want to have sex?
You'll have to talk to the next one over.
Do you want to have sex?
What exactly would the parameters be of that?
Well, it would be you and me in a dark room.
Mm-hmm.
We'd both be naked.
Sounds pretty standard.
Then we'd bang. And I'd eat your soul.
Well, 50% of that sentence was appealing to me.
I mean, I'd be willing to negotiate. I could devour, 75% of your soul.
I mean, I've heard of a lot of good things about sex, but I'm not sure I've heard that many good things about it.
Look, I don't get any pleasure out of this. Frankly, I find the idea of your naked body disgusting.
Well, fuck you too.
Not as disgusting as the idea of his naked body.
Oh, come on!
But I find everyone's naked body disgusting. I'm in the unfortunate position of being an asexual incubus.
So, you need to have sex with people to stay alive.
But you find the idea of sex with anyone repulsive?
Represent!
Pretty much. Speaking of which, would any of you ladies?
No.
Pass.
Are you sure? I promise not to make any more physical contact than is necessary. Look at you. Talk to you. Comfort you. Or think about you while we do it. I'll just suck your fragile soul from the shell of your physical being, thus severing the mortal coil and offering a moment of satisfaction to my lustful stomach.
Yeah, it's still a hard no.
Suit yourselves. I'll be here if you change your mind.
Just out of curiosity, what does the soul of another living thing taste like?
Each soul tends to taste different, depending on the person. But, for me at least, there's always been the overarching flavor of disappointment.
And the last player at the table tonight is Andrew Upgame Gnome Par Celestitoni, or as we call him, Andrew.
There isn't anybody sitting in that chair, though.
Oh, so now I'm no one.
Oh my god.
Hey! Little buddy! We couldn't see you from behind the table! Oh my god, guys! Look who we run into! That's such short notice!
Reaching a little bit on that one.
You mean like what he has to do when he wants to grab anything more than 4 feet off the ground? Boom! Wasted!
I wish I could say I was surprised, but it's a proven fact that the oxygen you face breathers inhale is slowly killing your brain cells at a shocking rate. It also means that getting in an argument with any of you would be like getting in an argument with a dwarf child.
Okay, look, I don't know a lot about anything really, but wouldn't a dwarf child be the same thing as a gnome
You
child?
bigot! How dare you! Accusing the glorious Gnome Empire of having the same cultural roots as the dwarvish people, our greatest enemies, with whom we have been fighting for over 200,000 years. Over 45 million of my kin have died in the Short Wars, and before you display your further ineptitude with history, the Short Wars do not refer to the stature of those waging the wars, but is in fact a highly ironic and tragic title, the history of which I would share with you were it not for the fact that I would get far more satisfaction from hitting you in the head repeatedly with a history book.
I'm sorry.
What you are is ignorant.
He's not technically wrong.
I never am.
I mean, why would you join a fraternity anyway? You don't strike me as someone who enjoys parties or group settings or not insulting people.
I'll have you know that I am a delight at parties and I love group settings because they make it easier for me to enlighten people. Also, I am not a member of Epsilon Sigma Rho. I just go wherever I want.
Good. Now that everyone's friendly, can we start the game?
But you still don't know our names.
Names are for winners. Let's get started.
Can you at least explain the rules first?
Fine. The game is Long Johns. Each person draws 3 cards while 5 other cards are put on the table. 2 of them are face up, 3 of them are face down. After every standby phase, the person to the left of the dealer chooses either to flip one of the cards face down or activate a trap card. If the trap card is used, then everyone has to put a token in the pot and discard any creatures they have in their hand. Then once everyone has taken a turn, the person to the right of the dealer declares Yonkers or Truce. Then depending on whatever they say, we either show our hands, divvy up the points, and then we draw a card and do it all again.
So are we playing with the Adrian rules or the McGraw rules?
I don't
This is a frat house. Why wouldn't we be playing by McGraw rules?
Give us a point, though. It is a Friday.
I just have like a few questions that I feel I.
But we'll be finishing on Saturday.
What does that have to do with any of this? I don't understand. Like,
Great,
how
everyone's on the same page. It's a straightforward game of Long Johns. Most of you have been probably playing since the 1st grade. If anyone has any questions, ask now.
I understand everything perfectly.
You what?
Deal me in, boys. I'm going all in.
You can't go all in until at least one person has been knocked out of the game.
Good catch, kid. I was testing you.
Actually,
you passed.
Actually, I was testing you. Of course you can go all in the first turn.
You just passed my counter test. Well done. Now I know I'm playing with a serious competitor. Finally, a challenge.
It's gonna be especially challenging because you don't know how to play.
Hey, this is a game of cards. It's all chance and bluffing anyway. And who's a better bluffer than someone who has absolutely no idea what the fuck is going on?
I feel like that logic is vaguely flawed.
Just sit down and do exactly what I do.
So, is everyone playing?
Actually, Katie and I are heading upstairs.
But you'll have Leah with you.
Hey, Isaac. Hey.
What?
I'm going to take all your money.
You don't know that. Maybe I'll win the game.
I wasn't talking about the game. When we go back to the apartment, I'm going to take all of your money.
And that you're sleeping in the doghouse tonight, then.
Ha! Joke's on you, Isaac. I like the doghouse more.
Ha! That's not what you were howling at 2 a.m. last week when you were sleeping out there.
Hey, it was fucking raining, and there was fucking thunder, and lightning, and really scary shadows.
Are we gonna play or not?
I don't play things. I just win.
So after that hand, that puts me in first, Leah in second, Pat in third, Cornelius in fourth, Andrew in fifth, Isaac in sixth, and Ash in seventh.
And in this game, 7th place would be...
a bad thing.
Okay, everything that has happened has been 100% intentional on my part.
Even that part where you started choking Isaac while shouting, "You cheat! Damn you! You cheated! You bitch-faced bastard! Give me back my money! Give me back my motherfucking money!"
Especially that part.
I'd just like to go on record and say that I hate all of you.
Well, this seems like a good spot to take a break. We can all count our money, and we'll start again in like 5 minutes.
Then I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I saw a really nice looking bush on the front lawn. Excuse me.
And I'm gonna go to the people bathroom to get some water and heavy medication. I'll forgive you, Ash, when I'm able to get the image of your bloodshot eyes staring into mine as the world is drowned by the black mist of unconsciousness out of my head. And I'll forgive you, Andrew, when my brain isn't playing your laughter on loop. Oh, God.
If I wanted forgiveness, I would take it. I would not have laughed if it was not funny.
Hey, stop it. That is not funny. It's pretty fucking hilarious.
Hang on, you guys. Did you guys hear that?
It's beautiful. If I could give my reflection a sound, it would sound like that.
Hey, boys. You don't mind if we come in, do you?
Why don't you come with us? We can have some fun.
Just follow us.
Damn. They're as hot as they sounded.
Yes, almost as beautiful as my reflection.
Is anyone else as confused and uncomfortable as I am?
Being an incubus, I can feel the sexual electricity in the air. And as someone who is asexual, I'm very confused and uncomfortable.
You know you want to. Come on, let's blow this place.
Well, I don't know what's happening, but I think now is an excellent time to reorganize some of the money piles on the table.
Those were Sirens from the Theta Mu Gamma, a sorority that we have a rivalry sort of thing with. They prank us. We prank them. They're probably doing something to the house now.
Okay, I'm back, and I'm... where'd everyone go?
I'd tell you, but you wouldn't believe me.
Said my friend the Lesser God.
Dude, I know. You wouldn't believe me.
Look, Ash, the trauma of the past couple of weeks has taught me to be pretty open-minded.
Not this open-minded.
Okay, just tell me.
So, you remember the 3 presumably heterosexual males who were here with us when you left?
Yes, they were taking all of my money and beating me at cards. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 gorgeous women came in here a minute ago, spent half a second hitting on them, and then left.
I don't believe you.
It's the truth.
Wait, no, so what you're trying to tell me is that 3 beautiful women came into this room.
Yes.
But while I was gone.
Correct.
And paired up, got together with every other person in this room who found them attractive.
Yes, I'm guessing so.
Meanwhile, I'm in the bathroom, coughing my lungs out of my mouth into the toilet, and there are no beautiful women to comfort me or take me away anywhere.
Well, if it's any consolation, wherever they would take you, it would probably, devolve into kissing and copious amounts of physical contact.
How is that supposed to make me feel better?
How would it not?
On the bright side, from what Cornelius just told me, all the PDA is just a means to an end.
No, I'm fine with that. I don't have any problem with that. Let me be something. Let me be a means to anything. Let me... Is my money pile smaller than it was when I left?
No.
Yes.
What we mean is those sirens took some of your money.
Yep. It was the Sirens. And just the Sirens. And no one else in the room. Or any other.
Why wouldn't they take all of my money then?
Well, they decided you were bad enough off as it was, so they only took a little of yours and a lot of everyone else's.
What would I even use the money for anyway? To buy souls? Yeah, probably, but where could you buy a soul from this late at night?
Cornelius! You were telling me about how this was a rival sorority playing a prank?
Oh yeah. We can probably leave for the night.
Why's that?
It's just... the kind of pranks we play usually involve one of the houses getting destroyed.
So we could just start trashing the house right now and nobody would care? Cool! Hand me that baseball bat and that can of whipped cream.
Oh, no. I meant literally destroyed.
Is in a ruin?
No, nothing like that.
Okay, thank God.
A ruin implies that there's something left.
So what I'm hearing is that they use a lot of baseball bats.
Wait, why would they do that? Destroying an entire house, that's expensive, isn't it?
Are you kidding? With what most of the students can do, it takes 3 days tops to build a new house.
Why are we still inside then?
I was having fun.
No, okay, we're leaving. No, we're gone.
Divine Shih Tzu, what's happening?
I've been down here, but if I had to guess from the screaming, that sounds like Brian.
What does Brian do?
Bring up a freaking dragon, rips open the ceiling, and snatches key to the house is what he does.
But I thought Pat said Brian studied the Mine-Nadagics, or whatever the crap he said.
Yeah, he's a magic dragon. Super dangerous. If Theta Mu Gamma is trying to destroy the house...
Destroy the house?
Yeah, keep up. If they're trying to do that, it's easiest to send in some sirens, get them to lure people out, and then get those same sirens to tell Brian to attack the house. It's classic Theta Mu Gamma.
What about the people in the house who aren't attracted to women? What was their plan about getting us out?
Now seems like a good time to mention that usually when either side does a prank, the perpetrators of the prank tend to be pretty drunk. So planning doesn't often end up being a forte. So we should run toward the door. I mean, if you want.
Holy fuck!
There was a roof here earlier, wasn't there?
Yeah, Isaac, there was. But those tend to go away when there's a fucking dragon stopping the goddamn house down!
Motherfucking magic fucking dragons, fuck!
If everyone could stop using the word fuck and fucking, I'd appreciate it since you're making me disgusted and hungry at the same time.
I don't really have time for this. Look, there's still people in here.
Yeah, us.
I mean other people. You guys need to help me stop Brian.
This is exactly the reason why I always imagined I'd hate parties.
No, my money's down there!
It's not worth it. Come on, man, we gotta get out of here.
You shut your whore mouth! Of course it's worth it! That's what money indicates! Worth!
It looks like the stairs collapsed when Katie crashed into them, though, so going down isn't as plausible as you might like it to be. I guess you could use magic, but by the time you're able to do that, you might be dead.
Wait, hang on. I understand Leah's stopping Patrick, but why is Andrew here?
I wanted to see what happens to a wizard who runs into a crumbling building. So far, I'm disappointed.
Also, weren't you guys dragged away by sirens?
Yes, it worked up until I saw my reflection and realized I could do better than the siren.
Oh, gods, I really hope you're kidding.
I'm going to ignore that comment to save you the embarrassment of my clever yet scarring response. But yes, that is what happened. It worked on me until I saw my reflection, and it worked on Pat until the house started crumbling and he remembered he had money inside.
Says a lot about a person.
Which is why you're all going to help me stop Brian.
Why would we do that?
Because Katie told us to.
But a good reason.
If you slay the dragon so that I have ample time to access the basement, I will give each of you $80 by the end of this adventure.
Deal!
Isaac, no.
Should I have asked for more?
Wait, did you say slay? I thought Brian was your friend.
Stop! Slay! Money is expensive, friends are cheap. Anyway, this is the plan. Cailin, you're a naiad, correct?
Yeah?
You're gonna go to the river and bring back as many other water spirits as you can. Water is Brian's principal weakness. With enough of it, we can subdue him. Meanwhile, everyone else is going to have to try and distract him. Leah, you'll take some of the heat off Katie by running around Brian's legs and barking at him. Andrew, you will berate and scorn the beast, bringing his self-esteem down to critical levels. Meanwhile, I'll use my battle meditation tactic from a safe distance, thus boosting all of your morale without ever being in danger myself. Cornelius?
Present.
You are a failsafe. I want you to try as hard as you can to seduce Brian. A soulless dragon is a dragon that doesn't want to destroy frat houses. And then there's you two.
Hey.
Ash, as you are a god, I'm going to need you to figure out how to do godly things and smite the dragon.
Sure.
Isaac, I'm going to need you to do the one thing I believe you are truly, truly good at.
I'm ready.
Give the dragon all your money until he feels embarrassed for you and leaves of his own volition.
That's just hurtful.
That's how you know it's the truth. Now come on, team. Let's band together. For my money!
You mean to save people, right?
If there's time! Now, let's charge to battle. For United, there is no task that we cannot
Look
take.
out!
Never mind. Horrible plan. We're not gonna be able to stop him.
My jaw is a guillotine, my tail a whip, my mouth a megaphone, my bladder a hydrant. I am fire. I am death.
To be positive, there are much worse ways to go than being burnt to death by a dragon. I mean, I'm a god, so I think I'll be safe, but there are much worse ways for the rest of you to die.
Hello? Cheryl? Testing. Cheryl, did you turn this mic on? And can we please get some WD-40 for this chair? It's crazy here. Hello, all. I am Zeus. Lord Zeus, the beautiful, illustrious sexual deviant. Zeus. One second. Please, keep your clothes up. We'll finish this. We'll finish. It's okay. We've got baby wipes. We can get out of here. I've heard about things happening on campus. People, goblins, sorcerers, wizards, witches, and warlocks. I accept all forms of killing. I even encourage it. We have a quota to meet. But we've exceeded that quota. And I don't think the council will allow us to go any higher without losing funding. Please, no, don't leave.
But please,
no.
I stepped in some.
Please.
I'm out of mustard. I have to leave.
If there's any more killing on campus, things will become more violent than you could possibly imagine. Trust me, I can throw lightning bolts. Thank you for your time. Zeus Speed. Now, do I really need a condom?
That was well timed.
That was sickening.
Campus security is on their way. We should scatter.
Well, before you all go, I just wanted to say it was nice meeting you. And in the time that I've gotten to know you all, I just want to let you know that I wouldn't want to sleep with any of you.
Feel the exact same way about all of you as well.
All in all, I'd rate this evening a 7 out of 10. A soft recommendation, but I would do it again.
I hear campus security coming. Go!
So, how typical was that for a Friday night?
I've had worse.
What? Worse? How?
Nobody had their soul sucked out of them. Nobody was incinerated.
Yeah.
Nobody was crushed under the house. Nobody was turned into anything. Ash got home safe, and you didn't start crying. So, I'm gonna call this a pretty successful night.
Most of my successful nights don't involve the recurring possibility of death that many times.
That's something to get used to. Anyway, I have a run to the underworld I have to make before bed. Do you want anything while I'm out?
I guess we're almost out of milk, if you're able to grab some.
Sure can't. Back in an hour.
Well, my mic's still on, and my hands are shaking too much at the moment for me to turn it off, so to everyone listening, I just want to say that Ash and I might be too traumatized later on to actually edit any of this, so you may be about to hear like 20 minutes of labored breathing followed by 8 hours of silent weeping. So yeah, apologies, and I'm off to go do that. Hi everyone, this is Isaac Hamlet, one of the co-creators of Students, Gods, and Other Codependents, and you just listened to Episode 5, Epsilon Sigma Rho versus Theta Mu Gamma. In this episode, you heard performances from Ash Pierce, myself, Leah Parker, Cailin Smith, Andrew Schneider, Patrick Lussenhop, and Katie Twaddle. You also heard Solomon Worlds as Zeus, August Magee as Cornelius the Incubus, Wyatt Billingsley as Brian, and Jess Wade, Jay Moriconi, and Taylor Claman as Sirens. So yeah, a lot of people working on this one. Music was done by Chloe Cable, and the episode was written by myself, while Students, Gods, and Other Codependents was created by me and my other co-creator, Ash Pierce. Big thanks to everyone who worked on this episode for staying in a small room for ungodly amounts of time. We really appreciate it. And to all of you listening, you can subscribe to us on iTunes or SoundCloud, where you can hear more episodes of the show, or you can go to our Tumblr, where you can get additional content and other things that we just sort of share on there. We also have a Facebook that you can like for similar content. We also recently launched a Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/studentsandgods. If you really enjoy the show and want to keep the show running, it would be a big help if you could donate anything from $1 to $2 or even $3. So yeah, check that out, and come back here on June 20th for episode 6. Thanks for listening.